Welcome to the Science of Skin Health on Legends 100.3, brought to you by JoAnn Francis Medical Aesthetics Spa, helping you put your best face forward. Here's Mike McGann and clinical esthetician and licensed skincare specialist JoAnn Francis.
Good morning. You're listening to Legends 100.3, and this is the Science of Skin Health, brought to you by JoAnn Francis Medical Aesthetics Spa. My name is Mike McGann, and I'm so glad to have with me on this program JoAnn Francis herself. She is a licensed skincare specialist. Good morning, JoAnn.
Good morning, Mike and listeners.
Well, I'm so happy to have you here. I want to give some quick information about how to get in touch with you, because we're going to cover a lot on this program every Sunday morning. And you're going to want to write a few things down so you can get in touch with JoAnn Francis. If you have questions, I'll explain how you can send us questions that we can address on this radio program. Set up your appointment. There's so much. The website is francismedaesthetics.com. francismedaesthetics.com. That is Francis, M-E-D, Francis Med Aesthetics, ESTHETICS.com. francismedaesthetics.com. And their phone number is 561-616-1001. So, JoAnn, you are a licensed skincare specialist.
Yes.
What does that mean? Let's talk about that. What is a licensed skincare specialist?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me, because I am so excited to be able to help everyone. This is my passion.
Wonderful.
Skincare specialist is, I am a licensed skincare specialist, which is an esthetician.
Okay.
There is a difference between clinical esthetician and a esthetician.
Okay.
The differences are the type of clients and treatments and the settings that we work.
Okay.
Both are licensed skincare specialists. Estheticians that work in a spa or salon setting, Mike, are more generalized and tend to be more pampering. We do love that for anniversaries, birthdays.
Oh, sure.
And relaxing.
Nothing like those spa treatments that make you feel really nice. You look great in the mirror for a little bit of, yeah, I get that. Sure.
Exactly, but it's pampering.
Yes.
Estheticians that work in a medical setting are more clinical focused.
Okay.
I'm a clinical esthetician working in a med spa. Working in this medical setting, our tools might be a little bit different, but it also is more for skin health. Someone's issues might range from professional products only used or sold in medical offices, is where we are at JoAnn Francis Medical Aesthetics, as well as treatments that are done in the medical setting. As a clinical esthetician, I focus on the science of skin health, and a lot of my teachings is by Dr. Zain Obaji, an incredible dermatologist out of Beverly Hills, California.
Yeah, Obaji's a huge name. I mean, he revolutionized so much of this. Yes.
I've been working with him for 19 years.
Okay.
His science surpasses a lot of others in the industry because it's ongoing.
Right. Well, that's the thing, is this is a science. This is something where research is continually happening. We're continually, new products are being developed, new services, new medical protocols.
Let me tell you,
this all the time.
It changes every day. And I'm just grateful that now I'm at the age that I am, that it's up to the point where we really can reverse a lot of damage in the skin.
And that's a wonderful thing when it comes to actually reversing damage and making wide change like that. It's people tend to think a lot of times, I think, skincare is, well, I'm going to go to this store at the mall and they have this and that there. And that can be a Band-Aid, that can be a quick fix on something, but there are deeper issues and deeper causes for so many skin problems. And that really, it seems to me, is what you do, is you work to address those root causes and fix problems.
Exactly. Over-the-counter products, there's nothing wrong with them, but it is more for a quick fix.
Right.
They do relieve some symptoms, but it is usually temporary. But the best way to get to things is there's difference between cause and effect.
Sure.
When you get to the cause of the problem, then you go to repair the problem.
Right.
If you just treat the effect of the problem, then it's kind of like you're on this Ferris wheel. And I like to get people off the Ferris wheel.
It's good to get off that Ferris wheel. I'm actually going to segue to something here, just because I realize that you can almost put this to auto care. And I'm looking at that like, my AC in my car might not be working. Okay, maybe I have a Freon leak. So I'm going to keep on getting Freon put into it, which is going to be really, really expensive and continue to leak. And that's going to be way more expensive down the line and less efficacious than just getting the problem addressed. And you're talking about addressing those actual problems, Joanne.
Exactly. We are so used to going out and saying, okay, I got a pimple, let me put on something on the pimple.
Sure.
Well, when it comes to acne, whether it's adult acne or teen acne, there's different causes. It could be hormonal. It could be product use. It could be makeup that's causing it. It could be stress. It could be food. So we want to get to the issue so we can get people off, like I said, that Ferris wheel to really help and address the issue to help to stop it.
And it's so important. You just mentioned people as opposed to saying women. And I say that, and that can be a little sensitive, but I think so many people think, well, skincare, that I'll have my wife or my sister or my mother or my daughter look at this. But that's why I brought up car repair earlier, because, listen, I'm a man. I look in the mirror. I'm a 45-year-old man. I look in the mirror and I see some things that have changed over the past 45 years. But I have those issues too. I make a lot of public appearances. I'm someone that has to, I like to look good. I have to look good. It's the same as men and for women. We all have skin and it all needs care and it can all have problems. And JoAnn Francis can assist with all of them for anyone.
Yes, and Mike, you are still so young, with nice skin, but we can help you with the rest of it.
Why, thank you.
You know, skin is everyone. Women just talk about it more.
Sure.
But men's issues, they do vary as well. They do have concerns. They're in the workforce, sometimes competing with younger generation, sometimes for job changes.
Sure.
And men as well as women also look in the mirror sometimes after divorce, or they're just getting married, and they really want to improve the appearance because unfortunately we do live in a world where we do judge by first appearances.
We do. And it's, it's one of those things, but I think it's true of all of us to one degree or another. And that is where JoAnn Francis can help. If you are looking in the mirror and thinking, well, I want to get back into the dating world, or, wow, I married her or I married him, and I've kind of let myself go a bit, or I don't like how this is looking, then JoAnn Francis can help you with that. And it helps more than just you. It helps the people you're with. It can help your career. Yes. It helps your overall health because, the skin is not just, people say beauty is only skin deep. Well, the skin is the largest organ of the body.
Yes.
It's incredibly important.
And a lot of men come in because their wives are starting to look younger because of the things that we offer and the things that they do. And men go, wait a minute, I want to keep up with the Joneses and I want to also look better. But at JoAnn Francis Medical Aesthetics, we do not make anybody look fake or different.
Sure.
We just want to restore time. We just want to put back the youth, but age appropriate.
Well, it's health is what you're really doing. You are working with skin health. It's that medical esthetician area that you were talking about before. You can learn a lot more at francismedaesthetics.com. That's francismed, FRANCISMED, aesthetics, ESTHETICS.com. Or you can give a call to 561-616-1001. If you're just tuning in, this is the Science of Skin Health here on Legends 100.3. It's brought to you by JoAnn Francis Medical Aesthetic Spa. I am Mike McGann, and I'm speaking with JoAnn Francis this morning and every Sunday morning to get some wonderful information across. Now, let's talk a bit about the people that may come to you that are looking for some help, JoAnn. What are some of the more common things you see, and how would a first meeting typically go?
Every time somebody comes in, my first thing is I want to give knowledge.
Okay.
Knowledge is most important to give to somebody. The dictionary says knowledge is facts, information, and skill acquired by a person through experience or education. It's the theory or the practical understanding of a subject.
Sure.
I specialize in skin. And there's 3 parts of knowledge that I give people when they come in. And again, we were just talking about the why or the cause of the skin issue,
right,
the effect that they see, and I also give the information and knowledge on the tools to help them. And tools can vary. Tools can vary from procedures such as facials or peels, right, to anything further, whether they need to get on prescriptions or any issue that is a concern, I will address it.
What are some of the things that are unexpected? For instance, someone comes in with a given skin issue, and what are some of the more surprising causes of these that you help with?
A lot of times, and I think most prevalent in all ages, is mostly concerns with acne.
Really? And I'll say this right now. You can't see me because we're on the radio, but I have a pimple on my upper lip, probably from an ingrown hair from shaving, and I'm not happy about that, and I can't stop messing with it today. I know, full disclosure, I'm sorry. But I get that. I know people that had it when they were younger, that it either comes back or they never could get rid of it, or it just hits when they're older.
And Mike, that's a good point, because even one pimple can really make somebody very upset when they look in the mirror. The mirror is a reflection of what we see, but it also can be a reflection of how we feel. I always believe when you look good, you feel good. And it doesn't matter. You could have things going on in your life that are not good or health issues, but when we look in the mirror, we don't want that to be the reflection of how we feel inside. So acne, pimples, there's different versions of it. It could be as teenagers. Boy, teenagers can be under a lot of stress. School, peers, sports. They can be under a lot of stress, and sometimes sports can actually affect the acne getting worse. You're talking sweat, or if they're wearing helmets or hats.
Now that's an excellent point too. And hats, well, that's another thing where you see people that get the little strip across the forehead of acne. And when you see football players and so on, they have the protective gear they need to wear. That's why this is a men and woman issue, I'm telling you. The chin strap. Once again, it's holding, but my thought was always that holds things on that can block pores and so on.
Exactly.
There are things that need to be worked around to help that go away.
Exactly. But then also, as you get older, those who have teen acne sometimes grow out of it,
right,
but sometimes we grow into it. So adult acne comes from also different issues. It also can be hormonal.
Okay.
We do have a specialist on staff that we can address that issue as well. So I like to focus on all the causes and getting to the results.
How do you go about determining causes? What are some of the tests? I'm sure there's a conversation that's involved in learning some behaviors and so on, but what would be the process in determining a cause for, say, an adult onset acne?
I'm glad you asked. When somebody comes in to see me for the first time, I spend a lot of time talking first. I have to get to know them.
Sure.
I need to know their lifestyle. I need to know what they've been using. Sometimes people working in a kitchen or out in the horse industry, you're out with humidity, you're out with sweat. And humidity is another thing. It's heat. Heat can also cause hyperpigmentation, which is the dark spots that we get.
Okay.
So I need to get to know people. I get to know their lifestyle. But when they also come in for my clinical facial the first time, I get to know your skin. And when you lay down on the table, I don't just sell a product, because how do you know what to sell someone if you don't know what's causing it?
Sure.
And, I want to go back to one thing you were talking about, the car.
Right.
It's a big investment. So, but we always have to maintain our investment.
We do.
And, what do you mean I spent that much on a car and now I have to get oil changes? Yes, we have to maintain our investment. But do you know that a lot of times people are deterred because they think it's expensive to go in a medical aesthetic practice or a place of our business to seek help? But actually, it actually can be a savior. People can be spending a lot of money on things that are not working for them.
Oh, that's exactly right. And then if you don't deal with the root cause of it to maybe stop the process from happening again and the effect of the process happening again, then you're going to have to keep on addressing it. It's just like having a bunch of Band-Aids and then ripping it off. Oh, the cut's still there. And having to put it back on instead of dealing with the deeper issue, with the actual process that has that effect.
Exactly.
And it takes South Florida too, because the climate here is unique. We have a whole different set of rules down here for what happens to our skin.
And this time of year, we have a lot of people visiting.
Yes,
they live up north. They come here, so they're coming from the north where it's very, very cold. Mm-hmm. You have to change your skin care routine as well as your home care professional products. Yes, depending on the weather as well. So a lot of people are coming here or they're traveling north and like, well, why is the skincare I've been using for so long not helping me anymore?
Right.
So we do have to adjust the environment and our weather here.
Sure, drier air, for our mini winters that we have, the whole January, February, March part, and then the humidity and sun damage as well.
And sun damage is also in cold weather. People going skiing. You have the reflection off of the snow. You have to realize sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen.
Wherever you are.
Exactly.
That's so funny. That would never have occurred to me as someone in this climate. You tend to think it's coming from above when you're here. You don't need to tend to look down. And
people that still go to the beach with an umbrella, of course, and then like to enjoy the weather and read a book. Sometimes wearing sunscreen under the umbrella, they think, well, I don't need it. I am one to tell you, I will get burnt if I'm sitting under an umbrella without my sunscreen.
Really?
You do get reflection off of the sand. If you go in the water, you want to reapply your sunscreen every time you come out of the water.
Sure. That's what water does. But that's interesting because there's a physics side to this as well. When
that's
you're
the science.
It is the science of it. You can learn a lot more about the science that JoAnn Francis practices. She is a licensed skincare specialist. She's a medical esthetician. And you can check out the website at francismedaesthetics.com. francismedaesthetics.com. That's ESTHETICS.com, or call 561 561-616-1001 for more information. A lot of people look at the aging process and they say, oh, I'm just getting old. What are some of the effects that you see, and what are some of the things that cause those that you would focus on if someone needed help with it?
Mike, you would not believe, I had someone come to me the other day, a nice woman, very young, in her probably mid-70s,
Okay.
and somebody told her that it's too late.
What?
You never want to hear that. It's
Ever.
never too late.
It's not.
Well, there's 4 principles that I address when it comes to skin issues and concerns. And when we talk about aging, the 4 principles, number 1, we want to know how to repair or correct an issue. Number 2, how do we maintain that investment? Then we want to learn to prevent, which we were just talking about, SPF.
Right.
And then we also want to protect. So preventing, you talk about anti-aging, there's different decades. Every decade our skin changes. So when you're talking about in your 20s, believe it or not, girls, I know, and guys, I know you don't want to hear this, but as you get into your mid to late 20s, we stop producing collagen. However, we don't start to see the effect of that until probably our 40s or 50s.
Really?
So what produces aging in the skin? It's breakdown of collagen, elasticity, but then you have environmental issues that contribute to that.
Right.
And you're talking about, yes, sun exposure, but there's stress, there's genetics, there's so many different issues that cause aging, but it does vary from person to person as well. So that's also getting to know somebody when they come in to see me. I want to know what is, again, their lifestyle. What was it 10, 20, 30 years ago, and what is it now?
I think that's one of the most important things that we can touch on here, is that there is absolutely not any kind of a one-size-fits-all program for effective skin care. It has to be customized.
Always.
And that's where working with someone like JoAnn Francis really, really works, because JoAnn is going to get to know your skin, get to know your lifestyle, find out what the issues are, and then take all of this information using those 4 principles. How can we repair and correct the problems that we are seeing based upon the root issues? How do we maintain those changes? How can we prevent other issues from happening? And how can we protect what we have?
Yes. Mike, we have an incredible staff. We have the most talented practitioners, and we address every issue. So, yes, we get to know your skin, but it's also like baking a cake.
Right.
You have the main ingredients.
Sure.
You've got your sugar, your flour, your milk, and your eggs. But then the artist in this business has to maybe want to add some chocolate chips, maybe some cinnamon. How do you alter it? Well, it's also like a table. You build a table, but there's also the tablecloth or the icing on the cake.
Right.
So we do address when it comes to aging. We want to know what is causing the jowls to sag.
Okay.
Why are we looking like gravity is taking effect? How do we reverse the signs of gravity? So yes, you have different tools that I was talking about earlier that we can address, and we always give a free cosmetic consultation. Let's find out the cause, let's get to the effect, and then we give you a game plan. Because you know something also, again, we're talking about price can be an issue. It's not all or nothing.
Right.
We can lay out a game plan, even if it's a year, especially if you have a wedding coming up or something special.
Sure.
Let's lay out a game plan.
Those game plans are so important, and you can get this cosmetic consultation, have JoAnn get to know you, get to know your skin, and work on customizing something for you, whether it is an upcoming wedding, whether it's an appearance that you are making, whether it is a party you're going to be at, or whether it's just I'm looking in the mirror and I really would like what I see to reflect something that makes me feel better.
Exactly.
You know, and that number again, 561-616-1001. Such an easy number to remember because it's 561 and then 616-1001. They're both palindromic. So not too tough. And then the website is francismedaesthetics.com. francismedaesthetics.com. If you're just tuning in, this is Science of Skin Health here on Legends 100.3, brought to you by JoAnn Francis Medical Aesthetics. Mike McGann with you, along with JoAnn Francis, a licensed skincare specialist and a medical esthetician. And in case you are just tuning in, we've been talking a bit about what is different as far as what JoAnn does. She's a clinical esthetician, so this is based very much on a medical side to skincare and skin health, to giving you the knowledge that you need and also learning from you the things that affect your skin, why it is the way it is. JoAnn gets to know who you are and gets to know your skin, and then can work on a plan to help address problem areas. I want to touch again on the fact that this is something for all people. I mean, this is something for everyone. I am a man, and it's so funny to think, yes, my skin is looking like this, but it's a legit concern. It is something that everyone deals with. We all want to look our very best. And we talk a lot about, some of the issues that women have with their skin, but let's talk about men's skin just for a few minutes, JoAnn. What are some of the bigger issues that you see, and what keeps men, I think, often from reaching out?
And also over 30 years that I'm in this business, and I have worked with the best in the field of dermatology and plastic surgery.
Okay.
And the mind and the soul don't get old. So when you look in the mirror at every age, you want to look the best you can.
That's true.
A lot of things that men have issues with. Honestly, number one cosmetic concern for men. Men suffer from alopecia, and they want to seek advice on that. There is some new technology that we are also doing in the office. It's called PRP, and it is used for many things. It's been in the field of orthopedics for many years to help with rebuilding for joints in that industry.
Okay.
But we're doing it for hair growth. PRP is platelet-rich plasma.
Sure.
It is your natural stem cells. And when you come in, we're getting some incredible results with that, not just for men, but also for women.
Wow, okay.
Only 25% of men will actually pursue treatment because they don't know maybe what's available. So yes, cosmetic consultations at our office are at no charge.
Okay.
And 50% of men who develop it start at the age of 40. When it comes to your beards, there is ingrown hairs. You have what's called folliculitis. And sometimes in a darker complexion, you can be left over with something called PIH, which is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. You're left with brown spots. And it's like that vicious Ferris wheel I was talking about.
Sure.
So you want to try to get rid of them. So there's different things that we do to help address in the clinical facial, but with knowledge and tools at home to help stop the ingrown hairs as well. Hair removal, intense pulse light hair removal. It is phenomenal. My husband James is going through that right now because he's tired of shaving. He knows he won't be growing a beard again, and it makes the skin look outstanding, but it addresses and takes care of that issue.
I've been thinking about that myself, just because before you knew me, I may have met you back when I had the beard.
I think so.
It's gone now, and I think this is a way better look. But, I'm telling you, I'm not enjoying doing this full shave every morning.
Yes.
And there are ways that you can help with that.
Yes. And something, it might not just be the beard area, but the neck.
Sure.
Men that have to wear neckties every day, it gets irritated, it rubs, there's a rash that attends there. So sometimes just the beard line down onto the neck is a great way to address getting rid of that problem. Again, getting to the cause.
That's really what it is. It's about getting to these causes and then addressing them. JoAnn Francis takes the time to understand you and your skin and then put together the proper program for whatever your issues may be. And the consultation is a free consultation, your cosmetic consultation. You can just come in and meet JoAnn. She will get to know you and have that initial conversation. The phone number is 561-616-1001, 561-616-1001. And the website is francismedesthetics.com, francismedesthetics.com. You mentioned at the very beginning of this program, JoAnn, and it comes through the entire conversation, how passionate you are about this. Why is that? What brought you here?
When you make people look good and that makes them feel good, it's extremely rewarding. I love helping people.
Okay.
A lot of people find different ways of doing that. To me, when I worked 14 years for a prominent dermatologist in the island of Palm Beach, Dr. Lane Eisenbaum, when people came in as young kids, they'd come in with their heads down. They didn't want to be seen, peer pressure, teasing. When you make them look better and they feel better at any age, it extols confidence in someone.
It really does. But you're helping people to find that confidence.
Yes.
And that helps all areas.
Yes. Now, also with men don't cover up with makeup.
That's true.
So a lot of women out there rely on that foundation to cover up issues. Me, I want to make people say, hey, are you wearing a foundation? No, I'm not. I went to JoAnn Francis Medical Aesthetics. She made my skin look like I am because I got rid of my issues.
That's what a wonderful answer that is, though. I mean, to avoid having to cover things up, to avoid having to feel like there is something to hide, and probably also deal with some deeper medical issues at the same time that could have further reaching consequences.
Yeah, and let me get me wrong, makeup is fun. I like to be a girl and I love to wear makeup, but I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to. And a lot of times also as we get older, talking about the anti-aging, sometimes when you do wear too much makeup to try to cover up, it actually can make the issue look worse.
I've heard about that, and I've also, seen areas where after women will do something to cover a lot of it up, and it's late, they're tired. It may make the problem actually worse by clogging pores, by irritating the skin, by not having the correct products that work well with their skin.
Then we get tired, we get home, we had a good time, and we don't want to wash our face.
Yep.
No, we don't want to sleep in makeup. We
No.
want to not have to wear it.
And it's not just because it means you have to do the pillowcases. There are a number of reasons for this. Set up that free cosmetic consultation with Joanne Francis Medical Aesthetics Spa today. It's easy to do. You can go to the website, which is francismedaesthetics.com. That's Francis, Francis, Med, M-E-D, Aesthetics, Esthetics.com, or call 561-616-1001. We're rapidly getting to the end of this program. Time's flying by, but I want to mention also, if you have a question or an issue that you would like Joanne Francis to address on a future edition of Science of Skin Health, send an email. Send that question to JoAnn, JoAnn, at francismedaesthetics.com, and we will talk about it on the air for you. Now, Joanne, we've covered an awful lot today, and like I said, it just flies by. Is there anything you would like to mention before we say goodbye for today?
I just want to say, give me a chance. Come in and see what a difference Joanne Francis Medical Aesthetics can make.
Get in touch with Joanne. Take advantage of that free cosmetic consultation. And she's a delight, too. I can tell you, just from having met Joanne and her husband a number of times and having this wonderful conversation with her. I always love to learn. I learned a lot this morning, too. I hope you did. And there's always lots more to learn here on the Science of Skin Health on Legends 100.3. So we'll be back next Sunday morning. In the meantime, make that call, 561-616-1001, 561-616-1001, or visit francismedaesthetics.com for a lot more information. Francis, Francis, Med, M-E-D, Aesthetics, Esthetics.com, francismedaesthetics.com. And join us again next Sunday morning for another edition of the Science of Skin Health right here on Legends 100.3. We'll see you then.
Thanks for listening to the Science of Skin Health on Legends 100.3. To learn more about how Joanne Francis Medical Aesthetics Spa can help you put your best face forward, set up your free consultation today. Call 561-616-1001 or visit Francis Med Aesthetics.